As far as my own activity is concerned online, I have, a number of blogs, both on Blogger and on a WordPress hosted platform, and I have the old Do Ask Do Tell site. And in fact, I'll bring that up for just a minute, which has been up for years this way. And of course, I have a buzzword for my own site, which used to refer to gays in the military, and I was quite active in, a number of years ago, and with that and I believe I made a big difference in getting it repealed eventually in 2011. So I've used buzzwords before, and I have branded myself with using that particular buzzword. And the domain name on this runs out at the end of 2021, and I think I probably have to do something about that. So that sets up what I'm going to say about how I respond to this particular issue. Generally, I feel like I'm my own person, but what I see is various people out online who have either Facebook pages or Instagram or particularly YouTube channels. I see various people who I think generally are quite moderate politically and are sometimes involved in other things like medicine or technology or so forth. I see a few people going way out of their way to brand themselves with Black Lives Matter as if they felt they had an obligation to. And even in one case, I guess you probably know David Hogg changed his actual name on Twitter to Black Lives Matter. And of course, he's not black himself. So I think you are your own person. You're not a movement. And I think of Black Lives Matter is sort of like a word mark or a trademark, and you have to be very careful in identifying yourself with any entity that is not the same as you. I mean, that's basically what a lot of controversies about domain names and trademark law are all about. And so, to me, it's wrong to expect people to do that for that reason. But let me just go through, just show you a couple of things. For example, on my book review blog, which is actually, because I have another one on WordPress, is actually for smaller posts about books. The last few posts, here's a post about a very radical site called Allyship. And then there's a post about the fact that trade publishers are not paying black authors as much as white authors. And here's a post about a coronavirus piece. Here's a very hard-hitting piece by John Fish, the Canadian YouTube channel, and this who's very well liked, and he went out of his way to make a very comprehensive post on books about the problem. And so I put it on the book blog, and this particular post has had a lot of influence in the last couple of weeks. So yes, if you look at the last few posts on some of my blogs, on the books blog or on the TV blog, which is another one, if you look at that one, you're going to see that most of the last few posts are about the protests and are about the Black Lives Matter issue. That does not mean that I am setting aside my own operation just to support the movement as such. It means that it's big news, it's in the news, so I'm covering what's being talked about. And this, besides coronavirus, is the most important issue being talked about right now.